that go?
Welcome back to Who the Fuck Are These Guys? How are you, Mako Shark?
I'm good, Matty. I'm real good.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Tell them.
It's an exciting one this week. We got the man. We got him.
Yep.
We locked him in. We started this pod nearly 3 years ago, Matty. 140 eps. We wanted Volk. We wanted Robert. And we've finally ticked them both off, mate. The Reaper is on the pod.
And you know what that means?
What's that mean?
He's a friend of the pod.
He's a friend of the pod for life, mate.
You know what that means, though?
Yeah, what?
They don't lose.
They don't lose.
And when's he fighting, Mako Shark?
Fighting this Sunday, UFC 308 against Khamzat Chimaev, who's getting fucked, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
He's going to get smashed. Should we get into it? We got him on. It's the Reaper. It's Bobby Knuckles. Right now.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Alrighty, who the fuck is? We are very, very excited this week. This is a man we have had on our hit list from day one, Matthew.
We have, Mako.
Finally got him in here. He's one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
He is.
He's one of Australia's greatest athletes, I reckon, ever.
Yep.
We could probably spend the rest of the interview sucking him right off, but we're not going to do it. We're going to get into it straight away. It's the Reaper. It's Bobby Knuckles. It's Robert Whittaker. How are you, mate? Welcome to the pod.
Good, mate. Thank you very much for having me.
Mate, we're super excited, as we said, and we spoke quickly off air. You've done 3 or 4 today, and by that intro, I think you can tell this one might go a little bit differently. So hopefully you enjoy it, mate. We're a bit left of centre over here with that sort of stuff, and the Mako Shark can get a little bit excited. So, we're pumped to have you. Obviously, a huge week for you, huge fight this week. How are you feeling going into it? And are we even sure that your opponent's going to make it there? Because he's dogged you a couple of times with this. So how confident are you feeling, mate?
Yeah, I feel as confident as I could be. You know, I've left no stone unturned. I've ticked every box, and I'm coming into this week with just such a hunter mentality, mate. I'm coming for him. And whether or not he shows up is whatever. You know, if it's not him, I'll belt his mate. Doesn't matter.
Someone's going to get it. No, I tell you what, if he pulls some shit at the presser or something, we will riot.
Yeah.
Seriously. I reckon he will. He has to show up down here this time. Like, seriously, have you seen him in the hotel or anything yet?
No, I'm not there yet. I'm still in Dubai.
Ah, interesting. Fair enough. Well, it is fight week, mate. Massive fight. How you feeling? Take us through it. As you said, you've left no stone unturned, but obviously it's been a extended camp because it was supposed to be a few months back, this fight, but almost maybe a positive. You're feeling even better now?
Yeah, I feel great. You know, I would have belted Chimaev last fight, and I've only have another camp, another fight under my belt. I have that much more experience, so he's just playing himself at a disadvantage. And mate, this fight week is going perfect. I came into Dubai a week earlier than fight week, so I could get some training in, lay down some foundations, just relax for a bit. And mate, everything's done. Everything's done. I'm ready to make the drive to Abu Dhabi tomorrow and just get it on.
It's a huge opportunity, Mako Shark, for you this week because obviously he's got before he sort of started pulling out of fights and sort of missing opportunities himself, he had a big hype about him. Obviously, he's a scary fella, but I think it's also a really good opportunity for yourself to go in and do what you do best and dismantle a guy like that because then, I mean, if anyone is stupid enough to forget how good you are, this is almost a way just to go, guys, I'm the man, and you're going to just destroy a bloke that's been seen in the past as being the boogeyman and kind of been a bit frightening, but you're going to go in and smash him. It's a good opportunity for you to do that, though, on a big stage as well, mate. So you must be excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm treating this fight with the gravity it deserves, right? Because Chimaev is a scary guy. His skill set is at the level that you know the hype kind of lends itself to. But mate, so am I. I'm a scary guy.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna take it to him. You know, I thrive in these sort of tests and these contests where the harder the challenge, the greater the triumph. And mate, I cannot wait.
And as you said, he was seen as the boogeyman. He was beating up on dudes, but he has never fought anyone even remotely on your level. Like he did fight Kamaru in his last fight on a week's notice, I think he was, and Kamaru going up in weight. I don't think that really counts. I don't think he's seen anyone quite like Rob Whittaker before. So in the back of his head, do you reckon that he's thinking that himself? Like, fuck, this is a test for me. Not just a test for you. It's actually a test for him, to be honest.
Oh, definitely. You know, and behind all the bravado, you know, and I know he knows how dangerous I am.
Yeah.
I know he knows that I'm locked in and I'm coming for him. And I have 25 minutes to make that clear.
And we've seen him fade in the past too, haven't we? Obviously, Kamaru dragged into deep waters late in that fight, was getting on top. You don't have to get it done in 1 or 2. You've got 25 minutes, 5-round fight, which is unreal. He would never have ever gotten close to what you're going to give him, say, rounds 3, 4, 5 if it gets there.
Yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready. You know, and you can,
mate, too, because you've come at him and you're like, I want to fight him. And then when it hasn't happened before, and you're like, nah, give me, I want him. And I think you're one of the only guys really from memory that's actually actively come out and been, nah, give me this guy. I'm gonna demolish him. So that must be almost playing weird on him as well, because I don't think anyone's ever done that to him.
Mate, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna beat you. This is what I do for a living. This is what I was put on the earth to do, mate. And like I said, the test is there. I can't wait.
And I love that he likes to get into people's heads, do a bit of press conferences especially. He just starts yelling and rambling and ranting. He's not going to get into your head though, are you? Because you're probably one of the most laid-back operators we've ever seen. So he can just do whatever he wants. You'll just be there, I reckon, chuckling away.
Mate, I hardly understand anything he says anyway.
Well, I mean, you're a father of 5 kids, aren't you? So yelling and screaming and all that it's a walk in the park being up there in a press conference.
I can zone out. I can zone out with the best of them.
It's like, yeah, keep going, mate. Yep. Mate, a lot on the line. We did say that. You win this, surely title shot is next. Hopefully, they've probably told you that. We don't know. Hopefully, Sydney. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed for that. But title shot next year, 100%?
Definitely. You know, a win opens doors. You know, it's the same mentality I've had my entire career. So I'm not going to change now.
I think we heard Duplessis, Drakis' coach, come out and say they'd been told Whittaker in Sydney, but then Strickland's come out and said all this shit. It's back and forth. Have you been told? Or is that, you probably can't tell us you have been told, but like surely Sydney's the go, isn't it?
I live under in a bunker here, mate.
Yeah.
I don't I'm not privy to any information anywhere. I didn't even know Sydney got announced until someone told me in passing. Like, I'm here. I'm on task.
Yeah.
I'm on task.
That's fair.
Well, you obviously don't want to look past this week, but I mean, we've seen you at the events yourself when you've seen the guys like Volk and Izzy, headline, recent Australian cards, and seen how crazy the crowds have been. So no doubt you want to get a piece of that action yourself and have a fight on home soil, pending that you do the job that you're there to do on Sunday.
Oh, definitely. The idea of fighting at home is a dream come true.
Well, I think you haven't obviously fought in Australia for 5 odd years, and before that, I think it's 10 years, 2014 when you fought in Sydney. What were the memories of that like? That's a whole other lifetime away, 2014. What are the memories of that fighting in front of the home crowd?
It's always good. You know, nothing beats an Aussie crowd. Like nothing comes close to it. Especially like with the reception I get because it's my home, and they're my people. So it's just, it's special.
I was going to say, the reception you get, I was talking to Matty off air. I reckon there's a couple, obviously Volk as well. I reckon there's 2 other guys in the whole UFC that are just universally loved with like 0 haters. It'd be Max Holloway, who's on the card with you as well, and I reckon yourself are probably the 2 most universally loved guys in a sport where there's just so much trash talk, so much convoluted bullshit, people trying to be Connor, but you're out there just being yourself at all times, and you're probably one of the most loved blokes. How does that make you feel? Like you just be yourself and everyone just gets around you?
Mate, I think that's why people can kind of are drawn to me a bit, just because I don't care. I don't go out there trying to be this guy. I just keep to myself. It's not hard not to be a dickhead. You just keep your mouth shut sometimes.
You got the second biggest pop, that Volk, the first event that Volk headlined against Makhachev. And when you came to your seat, the joint went.
Yeah, just walking to his seat.
Walking to your seat, the joint went crazy, mate. Which is sort of great for you. Probably not as good for the fighters. You're getting bigger pops in the blokes.
Yeah, so I feel like it's not hard. It's not hard not to be a dickhead, But you should see the boos that I get here in the local crowds here. It's pretty.
So not so universally loved everywhere. Really?
Yeah. Well, I assume it's like a temporary thing.
I hope so.
That's a bit rough, isn't it?
That is a bit rough, mate. Take us through a bit of the weight cut. I remember watching you or listening to you on the How We Games pod quite a few years ago, and you sort of went into detail about weight cutting and just how much of a fucking nightmare it actually is. I don't think a lot of people watching at home fully understand the levels that you blokes go to and how hard it is. I know you probably cut to 170. It was a lot worse back in the day, but what's it like for you now? Have you dialed it in where it doesn't like almost kill you?
Well, no, it's always hard, and like it's always hard. But I've done it well enough to a point where I'm no longer like losing sleep over it.
Yep.
You know,
It doesn't keep you up at night.
The last run, like the last bit of weight that I lose, you know, in that burst bit, 4, 5, 6 kilos. That's hard. That's hard work, but I can do it, and I know I can.
Us mere mortals just lay awake at night, make a shark worrying about the rates, interest rates, and the poor fighters are worrying about losing that last 3 kilos.
Losing 12 kilos in 2 weeks. Fuck that.
Outrageous stuff.
It's no good. What about, take us through the week, though. When you get to Abu Dhabi and, like, tomorrow, you've obviously got the press conference, you've got all the interviews. Is there a time you can just chill out? Is there any time just to yourself where you can just relax?
Anytime I'm not doing media or stuff, I'm in my hotel room just playing video games.
I was going to ask you, what are you playing at the minute? Because we see on the embeddeds and stuff, and you talk about it, and it's your little sort of way to get away and keep to yourself. Is there something that you've been playing that's exciting, mate, or just do you have a go-to?
Mate, I'm playing a game called Cult of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Sounds interesting.
I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's like it's kind of brain dead, and you just sit there running around killing things. So
you were telling me off air about some new game, Matty. You want to buy first game in 10 years?
I think I'm going to buy my first game in nearly 30 years.
Some game.
They've flicked that. There's a game coming out in the PS5 where you're a policeman. So that's called Precinct, which you get to go and like book people and stuff. So it's my pace.
Give blokes tickets.
Get to be a prick, which is kind of fun.
Sounds pretty good, mate.
Looked all right.
I'm sure I'll still get stuck on the first bit and throw it away like I do everything else.
Mate, looking forward into the future, obviously you said you live in a bubble, you don't think about too much outside what you've got, but like the top of the division is changing a little bit. Obviously, Israel's lost his last 2. Dreykus is the champ. Would you ever look at a fight with Izzy? You obviously want that fight with Izzy back, but even without a belt, would you consider that fight? Is it something that you do want in your career to get that win?
I'm heading towards the title. Yeah. You know, and if he's a stone on the way there, then that's what it is. But mate, my sights are locked.
Are you the sort of fighter, mate, when we've spoken to a lot of guys and girls over the journey with our podcast where some are really like, if they lose to somebody, they've got to get it back, and others are just like, they've got their greater goal, like you've just mentioned, you want to get back to being the champion. Would that annoy you if you finish your career not having fought him and beaten him, or are you comfortable with all the unbelievable things you've done and you've pioneered the sport in Australia, and are you comfortable if you didn't get that opportunity to beat him? Would you be happy, or do you want to get that one back if it falls into a line?
Mate, it's just about, you know, furthering my objectives, furthering my goals. Like as long as it's on that trajectory, then nothing really matters. You know, like everything else is kind of just fluff.
That's probably the right attitude, isn't it? You don't want to be obsessed on one thing. Take us through, like, obviously, yourself and Volk, especially, were like the 2 pioneers in this country. We see Australian MMA right now. There's just so many blokes in there. You actually lose count how many guys have got contracts recently. There's so many of them. But like you and Volk were like the 2 main dudes for years and years. Do you look at that as like a pioneer, and you look back when you're retired one day, it'll be like a legacy that you guys have left? Will you be proud of that and like what you've meant to all these guys coming up?
Mate, it's one of my greatest prides, especially like in regards to my career and MMA. To be at the forefront and in the spotlight of Australian mixed martial arts and to represent the country the way I have, you know, I take a little bit of pride in that. I'd like to think I did an all right job, and I'm still hitting goals and still doing it.
You're still young as shit too. It actually freaks me out. You're not an old man at all.
We're old men.
We're old men. You're not an old man.
It'll take me 5 minutes to get up from this seat.
Absolutely.
Do you look at it like, because we've watched it closely since 1997 or so when we were in high school, and the sport is so obviously ever evolving and growing, and you've still managed to do what you're doing and been there 10 years ago at a high level, and now when you're in it, do you notice that it's actually these guys and these young bucks are coming through and they're upskilling so much and you have to learn so much more? Or is it just sort of naturally happened because you're obviously in the gym so often?
Not particularly, because I like to think that I'm keeping up, if not going ahead. You know, I train so much. I live in the gym, and the objective in the gym and like in camps is just to get better. Because as soon as you, like you said, there's like a new hungry buck popping up every day, multiple a day, right? And they've been training since they were 6, right? So either you keep up or you get left behind.
Obviously, massive fight this Sunday, UFC 308. We'll probably wrap it up. You've done probably enough of this. You're probably sick of it by now, Rob. You can be honest with us. But
One of our mates is over there, Nick Cody.
Yeah, Nick Cody. If you see our mate Nick Cody over there, shout him out, the lucky prick, getting flown over by KO, business class.
So you'll probably have to interview him at some point. He'll be there.
He'll be there with a microphone. Tell him we said hello. But, mate, just tell the listeners, all the watchers out there, when the Reaper jumps in that cage Sunday, what they can expect when you take on Khamzat Chimaev.
Mate, I'm coming to hunt him. I'm coming to stalk him down. I've got 25 minutes to try and just take his head off his shoulders.
That's what we fucking like to
We
hear,
love
mate.
that, Mako.
Well, mate, it's been a pleasure. It's taken us 140 episodes to get you on the fucking pod, mate. I'm glad we did it. I'm sure it'll take us another, hopefully not 140 more.
No way. Thanks for having me, boys.
No, we've loved it, mate. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. And all the best on the weekend. We can't wait to see you go out there and do what you do best, mate.
One last thing, you probably don't know this, but friends of the pod don't lose, so you're sweet.
Excellent. Just stacking the chips in my favour, mate.
That's it, mate. Absolutely. Well, that's been a pleasure, mate. We'll talk soon.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers, mate.
mate.
Who the fuck is that guy?